it's only make believe. My one and only prayer is that someday you'll care. My hopes, my dreams come true. My one and only you. My heart I can't control. You rule my very soul. My only prayer will be someday you'll care for me, but it's only make believe.
I grew up in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and moved to Nashville about 5 years ago, and actually playing music of my own when I got into theater. These guys kind of brought me in and have been showing me the ropes. Never really done any theater before until now, but this is a new experience for me after playing, just country bands, my whole life. It's kind of a new experience.
So how did this opportunity come about for you?
Well, like I say, I was playing there in Nashville for, I guess it was about 4 years, I guess. Kind of a long story. I met one of the girls, one of Conway's daughters, in the studio doing a demo session of my own. And I was making a small custom project, and her husband sings on a lot of records in Nashville, sings backgrounds on a lot of records. And so we kind of got introduced just hand to hand, just kind of down the chain, and got introduced to Johnny. So, and then they come up with, they were going to do a musical, and they called me and said, could you come in and audition for it? And I said, yeah, sure, that'd be great, it'd be an honor, So I was honored to do it, and I'm honored to be here.
Well, what am I living for if not for you? Well, what am I living for if not for you? Well, what am I living for if not for you? Baby, nobody else will do.
I've become this whole totally different character, other than I'm just, all these years I've spent developing who Glenn Templeton is as an artist, and then it doesn't really get taken away, but I have to just set that aside and become somebody else on stage. So it takes practice. It takes a lot of practice.
My name should be trouble. My name should be woe. For trouble and heartache is all that I know. Well, lonely blue boy is my name.
His children were involved in this whole project. Were they able to give you a little bit of insight on how to put yourself in Conway's place?
They did. They watched their dad perform years and years and years, and they helped me along with some of the movements and some of the technique of his style. He just had a real unique style to him.
Daddy sold over 16 million records, and that was unheard of back then, especially in rock and roll.
Oh, Daddy boy, the pipes are calling. From glen to glen and even down the mountainside. The summer's gone and the roses are falling. It's you must go and I must abide.
So what do you have to kind of put in your head for the couple hours you're on stage to put yourself into that person?
Well, me and Conway talk a lot before I go on. We talk a lot backstage. I pray before every show, and the whole group, we all pray together before the show. And when I'm standing backstage before I go on, me and Conway do some serious talking, and I just kind of let him and the good Lord take it from.
Hey, Louisiana woman,
Mississippi man,
we get together every time we can. The Mississippi River can't keep us apart. There's too much love in this Mississippi heart.
too much love in this Louisiana heart.
So you talk with Conway before the show. When comes time to take those bows at the end of the show, is he with you, taking a bow with you?
Well, you know, I leave him there, you know, and I walk away from it, and he's, you know, I've been released, you know. It's just kind of like, but I have this. There's this certain power that comes over you, you know, when you're standing there, because there's only one other person who stood in those shoes and got that kind of response, and that's him. He's the only other one, and to be the man filling those shoes now, it's really an honor.
Then he wrote and released his signature song, one that he would be identified with forever. Those two little words that he spoke were like dynamite.
Hello, darling. Nice to see you. It's been a long time. You're just as lovely as you used to be. How's your new love? Are you happy? Hope you're doing fine. Just to know it means so much to me. What's that, darling? How am I doing? Yes, I'm doing all right, except I can't sleep and I cry all night till dawn. Well, what I'm trying to say is I love you and I miss you, and I'm so sorry that I did you wrong.